In the meantime, this bike needs to be road tested, but just out of curiosity, I'm going to put it up in the air and I'm going to dump the sump and see how much oil is in the sump, because this is the notorious Lymey bike that had terrible wet sumping problems. And it's been sitting for at least, I don't know, 3 weeks or so. Let's find out how much oil is in the sump after having sat for that length of time. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so don't forget, this is a 1972 Norton Commando, so it has a completely different sump than the 73 through, well, basically the 73, because in 74 they went to the 850. So this bike has been sitting for about 3 weeks at least, and I'm now dumping the sump to find out how much oil's in it. And I'm not seeing a lot. How interesting. This bike has had various amounts of oil in the sump every single time we've dumped it. So I'll bet you that's not more than 3 ounces of oil down there. I don't know why. I've given up trying. I don't know why she swallowed that fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old Norton that ran like a horse. I don't know why it ran like a horse. Maybe because it only had 3 ounces in its sump. I just don't know why. All right, I'm going to stop this. Let's stop dripping. I'm going to take it over there and measure it. Okay, let's measure the sump dump. All right, that's the fluid ounce scale right here. And let's see, holding it up, level, I'm getting just shy of 4 ounces. Can you see that? I'll tilt this up for parallax purposes. And right about there is just shy of 4 ounces. So let's call it 3.5. Amazing. This is just one amazing motorcycle. It's completely and totally inconsistent as far as sump dumps are concerned. Matter of fact, I'm going to sit here and just do a summation chart. Let's see what we see. All right, so it's going on 1 o'clock, and I have the fork oil in the bike, and I dumped the sump. And this is a good old bike by another name, Lymey bike, and it has been just consistently inconsistent as far as the amount of oil that we find in the sump after we dump it each time. So let's go over here and look at the recap. The first time wasn't even dated, and there was 12 ounces of oil in the sump. Next time we did it, 6.5 ounces. Next time we did it, 8 ounces. Next time we did it, 1 ounce. Next time, 1/2 ounce. Next time, 6 ounces. Next time, 8 ounces. Next time, 3.5 ounces. That's today. So there's your recap. At least you get the conditions up here, and these are just the totals. And just as a quick comparison, I dumped the sump on the yellow bike yesterday, after the test ride and got 3 ounces of oil out of the sump. The bottom line is this doesn't tell us anything at all. Absolutely nothing at all. It's so inconsistent that we just don't know. So what I'm going to be doing in the future, and if any of you guys are mechanics, if you have your own shops, you might start measuring the amount of oil that comes out of sumps just to gather the data, even if it's not used for anything at all. When I started this little process, I called every mechanic I knew, every expert I knew, and not one of them had ever measured the amount of oil that came out of the sump on any bike that they had ever sump dumped. It wasn't important. No, why would you? So it'd be fun to find out how much oil normally comes out of a 650 Bonneville, how much oil normally comes out of a 500cc, how much normally comes out of a BSA, how much normally comes out of a Norton 72, 73, 74, 75. Combat versus none. All this information, completely and totally worthless, but it sure would be neat to know it. So as you can see, this guy is just amazingly inconsistent. Just crazy inconsistent. From the high of 12 ounces, and gosh only knows how long it had been sitting when I did that one, down to 3.5 ounces today. Now, the only thing that's going to happen now is as soon as Kevin gets a chance to come down here and test ride this bike, the client has asked to be taken out and do some high-speed riding, which for us is to go over to Route 51 and go from this northern access up to 32nd Street access and back down, which is probably about 3, 4, 5 miles. And at high speed limit out there is 55 humorously and 75 traffic-wise. So it'll get some high-speed riding. Not long distance, because we really don't like to ride other people's bikes long distance. That's the job of the owner. Especially, I mean, this is fully licensed and insured and the whole 9 yards. Usually the bikes that are in here aren't even near to being licensed or insured, so we do a neighborhood-only test ride. So anyway, that's where we are. I'm going to take this bike down, and I'm going to put this other poor black bike over here, this guy, up on the lift, because he's been waiting ever so long, and see if I can't get it running. This bike came in today. It's a beautiful BSA. I think he said it's a T-Bird, and single carb, and it has some clunking, clunk in the front end. We're going to check the steering head bearings and take the forks apart. Gee, things seem to run in groups. I took forks apart on this bike today, and I have a bike over here that has forks that need to come apart. It's really weird. For the longest time, I didn't have a Norton in here, and then all of a sudden I got like 5 or 6 or 7 in a row. You just never know what's going to happen next. Anyway, so that's where we are. It's 1 o'clock, and I'm going to go do paperwork and post a couple of videos, and that's the way it is here on Griswold Road.